It's Jimothy, folks. Hello. Endill versus Ban Manaphy. Both of them having a great run in this tournament. Take a look. Coming off a win in the upper bracket back in round 2. Skipping round 3 because they're so excellent. Facing off in round 4. Unfortunately, one of them will have to fall down to the lower bracket in this set. Who will it be? Both of them are in top form. And we have a signature Metacham lead from Ban Manaphy to kick it off, forced out by Salamence regrettably. Who's gonna simply Dragon Claw for big neutral damage. And Medi back in on the Blissey, beautiful. We're gonna see a Rock Slide gaming. We did! I can't believe it. Huge damage on Salamence coming in, even post Intimidate. Gonna Focus Punch. What in the how could you? Why did he even exit? That's crazy. That was such a gamer's move. What was that? Well, how did that work? And do it again. Punch the thing. I guess you assume an intimidated Metacham is exiting, right? Yeah, probably. My word. Probably wanted to get ahead of the Zapdos there by going Tyranitar, but just got punched. Skarm is low. Ish. It's chip healing, of course. The second punch wasn't as impactful, but it was a statement, of course. Ban Manaphy is just an excellent offensive player. I would never have clicked that in my wildest dreams. I'm still shocked. Getting Metacham and taking a hefty amount from Ice Beam, though. From the Blissey, who's probably special attack invested. Just a straightforward Brick Break is going to put Skarmory on death's door. It will protect, of course, Probs. Oh no, it went for Rock Slide. Thinking Mence would come in. No Protect. Decent chip, though. Pretty good mid-ground play because there's flinch chance and you would chip Skarm anyway, and Medi is low. I think that Mana is pretty happy with this position, probably. A timely attack raise to maintain your advantage. You have HP Grass anyway, so the attack raise irrelevant in this particular instance because HP Grass was the click no matter what. But the attack raise might be coming in handy right here. It might provide enough damage to KO Skarmory post Protect. Endill doesn't even go for Protect. Looks like a pretty speedy Metagross. I like a speedy HP Grass Metagross. Applies a lot of pressure to teams like Endill's right here. Gonna pivot into Swampert once on a Fire Blast, and obviously an HP Grass is threatened here. We're gonna go back Zapdos and Mana on top of it with the Predicts. Coming in on HP Grass, forcing out this Salamence. Toxic on the Blissey, applying pressure to it on switch in. Wonderful. Gonna bring Swampert in. It can thwart a Thunder Wave. It's immune. And takes a decent amount from Seismic Toss, but nothing catastrophic. Swampert could Ice Beam an incoming Salamence to be a gamer, or just the more straightforward Hydro Pump is guaranteed chip on anything coming in, so that's what Mana went for. A sensible choice while ahead. Sacrifice Swampert at this point. Pretty rough to bring it in after Spike later, and this gives you a free Zapdos entry. Mana looking to end this, hopefully. Endill could stabilize, though. It's not completely over for Endill, and a Toxic Miss is timely. I'd say that's warranted after that Mash Attack Raise, which was a little bit lucky earlier. Metagross gonna come in on the Blissey healing. Threatening Explosion, potentially. Threatening just a big Meteor Mash, and that is what happens. Pretty significant chip against Zapdos. Another attack raise, but don't know how impactful this one is. Metagross probably exits here. No. Stays in, actually. Oh, Explode on a Protect. Okay, Endill with a great move to even things out. Mana probably not expecting a Protect there. Zapdos can run it, but not at the forefront of your mind necessarily. In that particular situation, gonna... a Hyper Beam has just been punished. A crazy thing to bring, but It just got punished hard by a Salamence coming in. Hyper Beam allows Tar to one-hit certain things. It would have one-hit an incoming Swampert. Does not neutrally, though, after minus attack. Is Zapdos enough to clean this game up? I don't know. Blissey might out-heal it. I think Mana is about to... The Hyper Beam might have been too much gaming. It is possible to game too much, folks. It is possible. The gaming was off the charts here, and sometimes that could be your downfall. And a Salamence to intimidate there is a pretty obvious move. I think Hyper Beam was, in fact, a crazy click. It could have worked very well. But I would have expected that interim Salamence switch in. A great Toxic click, unfortunate miss there. That's a little rough. You want some reprieve from this beat down. Whoa. Calling out an Earthquake. I don't know if that was even a call out or just a happy coincidence, but Mana safe in the face of an Earthquake. No Protect on this Zapdos, which tends to be a more... Oh, maybe Endill is just sacking Swampert here for a safe Blissey entry. That could be wise, right? Or a Zapdos entry of his own. And Endill, Zapdos appears to be faster. Endill probably sussed out the spread there. It's Aero last, and that could win. In fact, that probably wins, right? Endill said in the chat, what happened to Salamence? I think Mana might have switched out a Salamence for an Aerodactyl on this team or something. Endill expecting a Salamence last, but it was a Aerodactyl. And I mean, Blissey could win this with if it has Thunder Wave. Oh, it's sub. I think Mana has got this barring some horrendous luck. Curse? Is that Curse White Herb Aerodactyl? Oh my word. I said it was some... I did say sometimes it is possible to game too much, but... In this instance, I don't know if... Well, you just missed Rock Slide, regrettably. That sucks. Should you have Earthquaked? Would Earthquake have done it? Earthquake may have done... No, I don't think Earthquake would have two-hit. You had to Rock Slide. Well, that sucks. A slightly sloppy endgame there. Not in execution, but just in landing the move you need to land. Unfortunate, but I give some credit to Endill for stabilizing after getting kind of owned in the early game. With a rather standard team, but... did well to stabilize and create a way out. Now Endill up a game against Ban Manaphy. And a Rock Slide click from Metagross on turn 1. Hoping to catch a Moltres or something coming in. Ended up chipping a Skarmory. That's actually not bad to chip that, because Magneton can sometimes miss the roll. It's about 70-ish% to KO Skarmory with Thunderbolt. So a little bit of chip goes a long way, guaranteeing that. That's nice. Magneton offense from Manaphy. A Endill Salamence switch in to punish this. It is a Miltank on the field, folks. Miltank is making an appearance in the Jimvitational. We've seen a couple Miltanks, actually, but this is pretty far into the event to stake your life on Miltank here. A game down. I love a Miltank brewing in a situation like this. It's a little bit nuts. We'll see how it goes. Both players with a Celebi able to stop each other's Leech Seeds. Does Mana have a special kind of Sword Dance Celebi or something? It would fit here, but maybe you just want a more sturdy option. Goes for Leech Seed on a incoming Tyranitar. Correctly calling out a switch out of Celebi from Endill. You know, Endill's in a solid position with Salamence against a Magneton. Goes for Fire Blast and earns a KO. That's nice. Hello, Miltank. Entering the field once again. It can just click Slam. Oh, it's got Seismic Toss, alright. Just for consistent damage. Consistent 100 damage. Endill has a Spike on the field. I feel like I like Endill's position a bit better here. The Salamence is really threatening. There's a Spike up. Even the Mag is gone. which could have been problematic, depending on what Endill has in the back. Mag can always be a little bit of a nuisance, spreading status and stuff, doing surprising damage with Thunderbolt. Endill with a Metagross coming in. Is a Gyarados from Ban Manaphy, which could be a great sweeper here. Skarmory eliminated. And is that Choice Band Gyarados? Because that just, it took Sandstorm Chip and it just one-hit Metagross. That's not usually what happens. I think that's Choice Band Gyarados that just caught Endill completely off guard, but Endill responds with a Salamence, identifying the Choice Band. Meaning mana is, of course, locked into Earthquake and can't stay in there. If this explodes, that's huge. You just eliminated the biggest threat to your team. After taking a Fire Blast. And a Gengar from Endill. Gengar could easily clean this. I don't know who's got this here. Mana goes for the Rock Slide. Lands a flinch. I guess that's karma for last game. The Rock Slide miss. Now this one flinches. Alright, pivot Miltank in. What do we got, folks? I wonder if Gengar just stonewalls this Miltank. The only risk will be Thunder Wave, and there it is. There is Thunder Wave, so Endill checked for it. That's good awareness, not going to Gengar. Because Thunder Wave is possible on Miltank. Not all of them run it, but a Seismic Toss set, you would probably expect a more utility move set on it with Seismic Toss. Probably invested more in bulk than attack. Gonna toss again, just chip things down. There is a Doug that could take out this Tyranitar, but maybe awkward to get it on the field safely. Happy to sack Miltank for the Doug entry. This could be interesting if this is DD-Tar. DD-Tar could make some things happen. Gonna punch on probably what was expected to be a milk drink, but it does the job against the Thunder Wave too. Doug, of course, will follow up no matter what here. Even if it was soft-boiled, same thing really. The para isn't really impactful. And Gengar has a free entry. And a possibility to clean up this game, of course. As both remaining Pokemon are threatened by it. Gonna Ice Punch to mid-ground both, and you get a freeze on Gyarados. That's enormous. Ice Punch again, but Timely Thaw. Okay, Endill is now... That's where freezes can be awkward. Where you Ice Punch to be safe there, because Celebi could come in, but the guy thaws at the perfect moment. Even though that's a low chance to happen, and... You can't complain about it either, because the freeze in the first place was lucky, but so was the Timely Thaw, disguising the play, if you know what I mean, folks. So, some good fortune smiling upon Manaphy there, making up for last game a little bit. And a victory for Miltank in the Jimvitational. Another one. It's a game 3 situation. We have Zapdos probably forcing out this Salamence on turn 1. A Fortress team from Ban Manaphy this time. Establishing a crucial layer. Probably has to exit here respecting Fire move from Tyranitar. Goes to Swampert. Very sensible. Huge HP Grass. What a move. Wonderful. Swampert is very common on Fortress teams, of course. Standard rock resist, so... HP Grass in a situation like that, forcing out the Fortress can be huge. And it's another Miltank. My gosh. Back-to-back Miltank? Ban Manaphy is putting serious faith in Miltank today. You can Thunder Wave this Skarmory. That's pretty massive. I would probably click... Yeah, there you go. Paralyze the Skarmory. You got a Fortress to Rapid Spin. Endill may have Gengar. You got to respect Gengar, but... I wonder what mana has as anti-Gengar technology. Are we going to see perhaps HP Ghost Fortress or a simple Pursuit Tyranitar or even a Houndoom? We'll have to wait and see. Could it be no Gengar? Because Endill just surfed. Maybe just a precautionary play on a Pursuit Tar coming in. Trying to catch a Pursuit Tar coming in. Alright, Fori going to just layer up in the face of Endill. Maybe Endill is trying to go for a Rapid Spin. Maybe Endill has a Rapid Spinner and is just going to let these spikes exist short term to just eliminate Fortress if it can. Mana just clicks Rapid Spin to pass a turn. And Fortress can just sit here. Skarm has Drill Peck, which makes the 1v1 a bit more awkward. That actually can bring Fortress down over time, but with Paralysis and being slower, the Skarm is not in a fantastic position. Yeah, in fact, it exits. Doesn't want to play that 1v1 because Paralysis makes it very awkward. Looks like a mixed Tyranitar with a Brick Break there, and Miltank really shrugged that off. It took nothing. Only 30%. Miltank is bulky. Might even be defense invested, judging by that. Tyranitar usually not attack invested with its mixed sets, but you would still assume more damage than this. That's crazy. Miltank is holding its own against the #1 Pokemon in the format right now. Goes for a Thunder Wave, but Skarm comes in, blocking that from happening since it's already paralyzed. Zapdos comes in. I hope that wasn't a toxic click from Endill, because Mana just got away with murder if so. It was probably a Spikes, but we don't know. We'll never know what Endill clicked there, because the full power came down. Okay. Clicks Raw on a soft-boiled there. That's good. Brings in a flying Pokemon though, so a bit too much Pizza Tower, folks. Let's switch things up. A bit of Mario. Is Mana going to click Raw again here? Would risk getting statused, but... or it gets Ice Beamed. But you're keeping Blissey very low. Next time it comes in, it's on like 30-something. That's damn low. Can't switch directly into Zapdos anymore. Mana going to take a hit, and it's Rest Zapdos, so shrugging off the Ice Beam and the incoming Thunderbolt from this Zapdos. We pivot in Swampert and Chip Heal it up a little bit. Here's Tyranitar on Skarmory, can just Dragon Dances, full Para Chance, or maybe Endill clicks something other than Roar. And this is looking well positioned. Para Flinch here, it gets a flinch, that's good odds to happen. How low is Endill's Swampert? It's at 100. Endill could just go to Swampert here. It takes Spikes, but it can answer this Tyranitar probably if it's a full health. Endill just losing Skarmory. Was chancing the Roar through Paralyze and Flinch. A little bit risky, but I suppose by doing so you have preserved your Swampert's HP. And maybe Endill is thinking that Skarm is not really great in the current situation because Mana does in fact have a very reliable way to rapid spin. And it's paralyzed as well, so it's not 1v1ing Fortress very effectively. So a tactical Skarm sacrifice there to preserve Swampert's HP. Gengar Wisps in the face of this Mixtar, consuming its Lumberry. Giga Draining to get some health back. Giga Drain is a great thing to have here. We're going to see Taunt come down from Gengar, or some sort of anti-Blissey situation here. No. Oh, Blissey chose not to heal though. Wary of Taunt. Going for Ice Beam. Doesn't want to soft-boiled into a Taunt, but in comes Miltank, who can... well, Blissey gets to heal against Miltank, actually. That's a little rough. Blissey heals. You worked pretty hard to bring this Blissey so low. An important defensive piece for Endill is now healthier. But Miltank gets a crucial heal bell. Kind of taking advantage of the passive Blissey to heal up the team. Zapdos no longer sleeping. Gonna heal bell your own Toxic there. No problem at all. And you got some potential options here, like you could go to Tyranitar or Zapdos, try to just apply more pressure. Probably want to preserve your Tar's health, yeah. It is Dragon Dance with, I think, seems like Lumberry. We don't know actually, it could be leftovers. We're not sure. Bring Fortress in on the Ice Beam, yeah. You're threatening an explosion here, which will just eliminate Blissey. Endill sacks Tyranitar for an entry into something that threatens Fortress, which is Zapdos. Zapdos can probably deal 41. is Endill gaming. Didn't go for an hidden power there, but can just click it now. Recovering some momentum back, but way behind on the spike situation. Lands a Toxic on Swampert at the cost of its health, taking 47% from an Ice Beam. The thing is that Miltank can heal Bell. So this can easily be healed off. Plus, Swampert is not the most necessary thing for mana anymore now that Tyranitar is eliminated and there's nothing Swampert really needs to check desperately, unless this Salamence is actually a physical Salamence. We don't know. I would assume it's a mixed Salamence, though. That would be my assumption on a Spikes build like this, but we never know. You do sometimes see physical Salamence here. Alright, Mana seems happy to lose Swampert. Like I said, it is not the most useful thing defensively anymore. Forretress has come back. And an Explosion is not a bad click here. It just trades with something. Explosion? Yeah, trade with Blissey. Which is nice. Blissey was low, but it's been awkward to eliminate all games, so just get rid of the thing. Huge. And nothing much in terms of responses to Zapdos, just clicking Thunderbolt and Roar for the rest of the game. I assume it has Roar. Rest Zapdos, pretty good against Swampert generally, except in the event of an Ice Beam freeze, okay. Even then, I think it's bulky enough to just sit here and try to thaw out. Oh wait, Heal Bell, yeah, of course. Heal Bell. Let's go Miltank, minimizing Hex. An Ice Beam freeze, no problem. The cow is here to save the day. We're going to drink some milk. And it looks like a mono... No, sorry, not monopod, it is Ice Beam. My mistake. It could have Toxic though, we'll see. Surf Ice Beam. So far. Probably Protect and some other utility thing. On this Swampert. Mana lands the Heal Bell to help Zapdos exist. Gonna just heal up. Miltank is looking great defensively here. A freeze on Miltank could have been good, but didn't land. Miltank happy to just toss. Why is Miltank so great as a support Pokemon right now? He's doing great work this game. Heal belling all the teammates and... Evidently impossible for this Swampert to break. It probably does not have Earthquake, because it would be clicking Earthquake if it had it, I would assume. Or maybe Surf is more damage, because this Miltank is shown to be pretty defensively invested, taking little from the Brick Break earlier. What do we reckon? Oh, it does have Earthquake, just wasn't clicking it. Surf is probably more damage, yeah. Went for it there, just check how much it does, I suppose. Ice Beam, probably what you should be clicking, yeah, for the freeze chance is your only out really at this point. I wonder how Endill could win. Maybe the Salamence could make a miracle happen. But Zapdos is just so great against Salamence. Rest Zapdos is one of the best Salamence answers, mixed Salamence answers in the entire game. Plus there's an entire Gengar just sitting there that can Ice Punch Salamence. Probably has Ice Punch. And Mana breaking this Swampert low also means Dragonet's Tyranitar can break through. Mana has so many angles towards victory here. Endill is trying an Ice Beam freeze. It could come. I mean, this Miltank is very slowly defeating you, creating more chances for an Ice Beam freeze every time. The issue, though, is that if Miltank gets frozen, you can't freeze anything else, because of Freeze Claws. You can't freeze more than one Pokemon at a time in Gen 3 OU. So if Miltank gets frozen, Zapdos is now immune to freeze, which means it 1v1s the Swampert pretty reliably and spams Roar forever. And just rests and pressure stalls everything. Now it looks like Miltank has dodged all the Ice Beam freezes, and Swampert is going to fall. And that means Dragonet's Tyranitar can very easily win, and so can just about everything else. Miltank carrying. Probably a especially weaker Miltank, taking 48 from Thunderbolt. Physically, defense invested. And Miltank falls with honor, gracefully getting eliminated by Zapdos there after some hard work, doing God's work in this particular matchup. That is one of the it might be the highest value Miltank I have ever seen in a genuine competitive game. Back-to-back Miltank too. And, you know, Gengar doesn't have Ice Punch actually, it's Explode. But Zapdos should finish off this Salamence from here. Very slow Gengar too, that's a damn interesting Gengar set. I wonder, there's probably some deep reasoning behind that one. But here we go. Mana. Always does well in these invitationals and does it again. No losses so far. Vanquishing Endill with some truly interesting teams here. Got a bit thwarted in game 1. A bit too much gaming. Hyper Beam Medicham. That was a lot, but Miltank proving to be damn solid into some standard TSS stuff from Endill. We love to see it. Endill still in the tournament, gonna be falling to the lower bracket, but could make a comeback. I wonder if we'll see a rematch of these two. It's possible. I wonder if Endill will come prepared and bring a different kind of strategy next time. But how good is it to see such a Miltank performance in the Jimvitational? Thank you for watching, folks. What a great set that was. And I'll catch you later. Goodbye.